to the Grace Gone Viral YouTube channel. My name is Zinhle Masimula and I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be doing this. It gives me so much fulfillment. Not only that, but I am also learning. So I'm not just feeding you all this information, but I'm also applying it in my own life. And then I just want to also say thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to what I have to say. So let's not waste any more time. Taking this topic from what we shared the last time about the metabolism, guys, I went into deeper research regarding metabolism, and the things that I found, honestly, it brought me to a place whereby I was like, wow, if only I had known all of this way back before I gained all of that weight, life could have been a little bit easier, or rather I wouldn't have to stress about my health or worry about my health and have to deal with it, and rather use that energy for something else more beneficial to my life. However, like God always says, all things work together for the good of those who love him. So yes, I was eating my life away, literally, but now I am gaining my life back by having more knowledge, by really just taking time out to understand my own health, my own body, and how my body speaks to me and how I need to respond to it. Okay, so this week, what I'll be talking about, first of all, I'll be talking about the signs of a slow metabolism. So remember from last week, we said that we don't want to have a slow metabolism, rather have a metabolism that is just balanced, an active metabolism. I said I personally do not want a very fast metabolism. I just want balance. That's all I'm looking for. That's all I need. So I had to then find out first that what are the signs of a slow metabolism. So this is a checklist that you can also use for yourself. You can do even more research on this. This is just a few things that I found, and for me, they were relevant. First of all, it's unexplained gain weight. So I'm sure many of us can attest to that. We've got our own stories regarding that, so I'm not going to dive into it. Secondly, chronic fatigue. So that is just simply a long-term tiredness. So I've experienced this personally, whereby I am constantly sleeping. I'm constantly tired. Sometimes you find that I'm busy doing something, and then out of nowhere, I'm yawning. And it's like, why am I so tired? I did sleep 8 hours, or I did sleep enough. Sometimes you find that you even slept more than enough, but you are still tired. These are signs of a slow metabolism. Thirdly, it's headaches. Now, I said to you guys last week that, well, a previous video, one of the videos, I told you that the one way that my body speaks to me regarding a shortage of water in my system is through headaches. So when I've got a headache, I know, or the first question I'll ask myself is, how much water did I drink for the day? That's my starting point. However, in addition to that, it means a slow metabolism. So, and then the third thing, sugar cravings. This is something that I already shared with you guys that I suffer from, and it's still an issue even now. Can I just say, guys, just being honest with you guys, I think last week, yes, my mom bought us chocolate, and I'm like, this woman, is she trying to like get me to gain the weight back, or is she trying to literally push me off the wagon? What is she doing? She bought us chocolate, guys, and then she bought Bawan. I love Bawan. It's not my favorite, but it's one of the chocolates that were once my favorite. So I'm like, this woman is tempting me. She's just a temptation in my life. And I ate that chocolate, guys. I gave in because I'm human. But anyway, I literally had to ask her. I was like, please stop buying sweets, especially for me and for these kids. Okay, we've got kids here at home. So it's like, because it's not healthy. It's good once in a while, but when we are constantly consuming these things, we are actually damaging them as well in the process. So rather buy us fruits, rather buy us more healthier things, vegetables, instead of using that $30 or $10, whatever the chocolate may cost. Rather take that money and buy fruits, apples, bananas, whatever fruit that you like, instead of buying these sweets. Because really, guys, these sweets are a temptation. Hey, it's hard to say no to chocolate, and I told you I've got a sweet tooth, so it was hard. But anyway, I burned the calories. I did go jog, so I'm in the clear anyway. And then constipation. So constipation, guys, I'm reminded of something, a situation that was happening in the morning. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, constipation, guys, it's also one of the signs. So when we go to the toilet, it's supposed to be easy for us. You know, when you sit down, it's just supposed to flow. That's my understanding of not being constipated. But the moment you literally have to push, guys, then you must know that you're constipated. Honestly, when you have to push out your excretion and like, you know, you're pushing there, then it's a sign that, okay, my metabolism is a little bit slow, hence you have to push, because now you have to help your system. But when your metabolism is active, this, I can attest to this as well. Since I started jogging, my metabolism is very active, and since I started eating vegetables, my metabolism is super active. So when I go to the toilet, I don't even need to push, it just goes out. It's like, oh wow, you know, okay. And it's such a relief. So, but when you need to push, then that's a sign that you need to do some work. Anyway, these are the 5 things that I decided to share. These are the things that I noticed in my own life, but I'm seeing a whole lot of change now that I've changed my diet, I've changed exercises and everything. So the second thing that we need to look at is what causes a slow metabolism. So this is also very important. First of all, not eating enough. You see, this is why I told you that when you want to lose weight, it's not about cutting down the food. It's about eating a balanced meal. Find out, what do I need to eat? What shouldn't I eat? Or how much fat do I need? How much carbohydrates do I need? And the list goes on. But do not think that you stopping to eat and starving yourself is a good way of losing weight. Of course, you will lose weight, but you are damaging your system more than anything. Secondly, cutting out dairy. Guys, we need dairy in our body. Milk, milky things. So yeah, it's important. It's calcium. We need calcium in our body. Calcium also helps with our bones and other things. I'm still gonna dive into these things like individually and find out, where do I get my calcium, where do I get this and that and that, and how much of it do I need. It's a long process, guys, so I'm still gonna dive into it. Thirdly, sitting too much. Now, how many of us are guilty of sitting too much? Like, I can spend the whole day. Now, I'm a person who's always indoors, guys. So I'm always sitting. And this has been a problem. If I'm not in my bed, I'm on the couch, but I'm always sitting. And this is not good for our body. So what I also learned, something that's very interesting, is that we need to get up at least once every hour. Yes, at least once every hour. And for me personally, what I decided to do, no, let me keep that for next week. I'll share how I keep my metabolism active. Yes, that's going to be next week's video. So you need to move around, guys. It's very, very important, because the moment you move around, it's helping your metabolism to also be active. So you see how the body functions. Everything just works together somehow. You will think that, okay, I cannot see this thing, or it's something in my body, whatever, but it all works together. You need to help your body as much as your body is helping you. Anyway, and then stressing too much. Okay, I believe all of us, we do stress to a certain level, or to at some point we do go through stress, and that is not good for our metabolism, unfortunately. So we need to work on that as well. And when I am stressed, personally, I crave a lot of food. When I'm stressed, guys, I will just eat. Comfort food, dangerous for our metabolism and our body and our health. So be careful, guys. This stressing is not good. Hence, the Bible says, do not worry about tomorrow. Worry about today, because each day has worries of its own. So if you're worrying about the future, you are destroying yourself. Not only are you sinning as a believer, but you are just causing unnecessary stress to your body, to yourself, to your mind, everything that has to do with you. So stop stressing. And then lastly, avoiding strength training. Okay, I am avoiding this a whole lot. I told you that I prefer jogging than doing all these other things, only to find that I need both, because I need to do cardio, which is from jogging or running or walking, and any other exercises that has to do with the heart. And then you also need strength training. Strength training is good for muscle. So, this is a topic on its own. So let me not get too much into it. It's a topic on its own. I will deal with it in terms of what does it really mean, this muscle, fat, all of that. Yes, it's a topic on its own. I'm not sure when it will follow, but next week I'll be talking about what I do to keep my metabolism active. Believe me, you're gonna join me in this. Trust me, it works and it's fun. Anyway, yeah, and then the last one, not sleeping enough. So it's very important that we sleep 8 hours, and if you're really that hectic, I think 6 hours at least. That's just me, but sleeping is also important, guys. So this is where I'm gonna stop for today. Meditate on what I just gave you. Don't just listen and then you disregard everything I just shared, because like I said, guys, I wish I knew all of this before I got big. And this is a message to my mom. At the same time, it's a message I'm giving to parents, to anyone. Like, if you have somebody looking up to you, if you've got children, guys, teach these children how to eat healthy. What my mother did is that she saw that I was getting fat, né? When I started staying with her, I was in grade 7. You'll estimate the age, I can't remember. And she saw that I was getting fat. I mean, she gave me everything, guys. You know, growing up, having everything on a silver platter, it's good, but sometimes it's not so good, because I had all the food that I needed or wanted, even more than what I needed. But I didn't have anyone who was showing me and teaching me that, Z, this is what you should eat, this is what you shouldn't eat. And because of that, I gained so much weight. And when I got to varsity, I was too big, but at least I made a plan. And what my mom had said was, she didn't talk about this to me. Instead, she was like, no, uzozibona when she gets to varsity, when she gets older. So because of that, hey guys, it was bad. And I had to make a plan. Indeed, I did make a plan, but at least it would have, what can I say? It could have deducted a lot of hard work, a lot of me, you know, just being unhealthy and everything, if she had told me. And funny thing is, she's a doctor. Yeah, so just because your parents or people you know are doctors doesn't necessarily mean that you automatically know all these things. You need to also research for yourself. I had to go to Google, guys, but I've got my mom as a doctor. So what I'm basically saying is, she didn't ruin me. Like I said, everything works together for our good, because now I'm helping other people. And it's also helping me to appreciate my body even more. But I do wish that she could have spoke to me about this earlier. She could have tried to implement good and healthy eating habits, you know, in our meals and everything, because we lead by example. So if she had been just buying the right food, I wouldn't have to eat all these unnecessary foods. But because she was buying everything that I wanted, chocolate, sweets, and everything, did I ever think about my health? No. So, but anyway, it's a lesson learned. But please, guys, if you've got children, rather teach them, show them, buy the food. Like now, what I'm doing here at home, I told my mom, please stop buying us sweets, rather buy us fruits, rather buy us vegetables. And guys, they have joined me in eating healthy. And now I'm going to try and recruit them in exercising. And I'm going to share that with you in another video of how I got my family to exercise with me, so that it's not so hard or so strenuous or boring, because sometimes doing things alone can be boring. So it's better when you do it with a partner. My time is up, so I hope that you found this video fruitful. Remember, you are beautiful as you are, and I love you. Bye, guys.